For the longest time, my base has looked like this. And it's looking very messy. But in today's episode, I want to neaten this / get rid of it. And over here, I mined out a pretty big area. And I've put a few markers down of what I want to build. One being a blacksmith's for the smeltery. Go over here. Little bridge I want to make. That goes to a milling station / house. And this house here will be the hammer station / the hammer house. Also known as Diddy's house. But before we get into today's episode, I want to check a few things. Because there's a few things that I've made off camera that you guys wouldn't have seen. I.e. these crafters. I made crafters with all recipes that we may want in the future. And they're all going in here. Going to a requester. Which, by the way, I learned how this works. I've put in the recipe and all these things. So gold, cobalt, copper, uranium, iron, netherite. I'll never have less than 10,000 of each of these items in my system. I mean, we have pretty much millions of everything anyway. We're good there. So with doing that, we've actually finished a couple of quests. One being a pattern grid. We get a random reward. We get some iron ore. Crafter. We get another random reward. We get a diamond hammer. And because we made the requester, we get another random reward in a botany pot. Lovely. With these builds, my idea is to start, because it's all about milling and it's no technology really involved, is it? There's literally no technology in it. These will be like old, rustic style of houses and all the rest of it. With that being said, I set off to get all of the resources I need using this image as inspiration. And off we went building. The way I want to do this build, I start with the corner pieces first, but we ran into a little bit of a problem. As a builder, I like to work with odd numbers. So we always have a center point. But this build was even. So with a little bit of jiggery pokery, we managed to fix the slight issue. So we had a center point and we cracked on with the build. Some texturing here, some texturing there, the walls flying up, the floor being finished, and the roof is now on. The shell is complete. But with this being the blacksmith's, we need somewhere for the smeltery. So we threw on a little pergola on the side of the build. And that is this whole shell completed, finished. All we need now is the smeltery, the windows, and all the little details for this build. Bang! The windows are in. We've got a little bit of detailing round by where the smeltery will be. We've even got details on the inside on the ceiling with a few beams, and we sorted out the ceiling. Now on for the minor, very small details, the ones that'll make this building pop. How will we achieve that? We'll be getting into a mod I've never really messed about with, and that is chisels and bits. And just like that, 90% of all the minor details have been complete. And this is what the house looks like from the outside. I'll give you a quick tour. You can see we've got borders on all of the windows. You can see we've put in 2 beams. And 2 beams have got these like stylish hangers. You can see I've textured all the planks on the walls, on the floor. The only thing I didn't do is texture stone. Now I did give this a go and it didn't look right to me. So I ended up just reverting back to just plain stone and any cobblestone and the site. You can see I've done all the outside as well. But this is a blacksmith's, don't forget. And our blacksmith's is missing one key component, the smeltery. One smeltery added. This is what the smeltery area looks like finished. All that's left to do is the exterior and the interior. And with those finished, as I walk you around, And this is the blacksmith complete. Now, for the hammer house and the milling station. Oh, and obviously don't forget about the bridge. That's the most important thing. And this is the hammer house. This is what it looks like from the outside. We've added some details on the windows, made them a little bit different to the other house. We've added planters on the outside of some of these windows this time. Now, as we get closer here, you'll notice I haven't put as much detail into this house as I have in the other one. This is the reason. Didn't know if it's going to cause any sort of server problems later down the line, any lag or anything like that, because we've been having a little bit of a server issue during this recording. I don't know if I was causing that with basically adding extra faces for the game to render. So this is the inside now. All we need to do is add all of the hammers and do the internal decorating, which we'll do right now. So with grabbing all the things that we need, the hammers, the drawer upgrades, the cobblestone generator, I started laying them out to get dust, sand, dirt, and gravel. But we ran into a slight problem. We didn't have enough room to put them all in. So I thought about this and was thinking about this during the build. And easiest way to get around it was to make a basement. So now you can see I'm starting to dig out for the basement. I don't want this basement to be massive, so this size should do perfectly. And now you can see I start to hook them all up. And with those working the way they should, we now just have to design the basement and the upstairs. So I'll take you on this journey with us. So when I do interior decorating, I just add a few little basic things, you know, your bed, your crafting tables, a couple of plants nearby, some paintings, nothing over the top. Because these things, they won't be getting used as often as other things now. You know, we're at that stage in the mod pack where we're not going to rely or we're not going to need anything from the milling stone because we've got the chickens and stuff like that. So this is how I design it. You can also see I've also done the design of the basement, texturized it to make it look somewhat similar to the house, as well as a nice little floor, some seared bricks around the outside to change it up a little bit. Well, we only added a painting down here. So with that being said, that is the hammer house done. Only one more building left for today's episode, and that's the milling house. And that is the milling house. Or obviously I need to fix the ceiling so it's not so blocky, if you will, but I can do that off camera. I've done the exterior. We now just need to move on to the interior, and it wouldn't be a milling station without the millstone. You can see now that I've put in the water wheels and they're now spinning. If there's a better way of you guys maybe knowing how to get rid of those glass trap doors, please do let me know. As we move on to the inside here, you can see I've already got the layout of millstones in, but it's not quite working because we've got a large cogwheel instead of a small cogwheel. So I'm going to go grab the small cogwheel and this should all be working. Now that it's all working, we need to hook up some form of gravel so it can millstone the gravel into sand, coal, iron and zinc. To do that, the easiest way without having pipes running everywhere is an ender drawer. So we're going to put an ender drawer in the hammer house, go into millstone. And you can see now that I've linked them up and it's doing its thing. Lovely. All that's left to do now is to do the interior decorating, making this house a home. And just like that, this place is decorated. Now it's very basic, it's exactly like the others because these will not see that much action, let's be honest, at this point in the series. And that is pretty much this area completed. Oh wait, there's one more thing. Yes, the bridge. That is the bridge complete. It looks like a couple of the locals have just grabbed a couple of logs and just thrown them in. It's not the most detailed thing in the world. I will probably end up messing around with this off camera, but other than that, that's this area complete. There's only one more thing to do, and it's just to clean up the rest of this area. Get rid of all of this hammering stuff, any of the pipes that are coming through the ceiling, this whole washing station. Now, I know I haven't got this set up in the mill house, but we could just add a basement at some point. So all this can now go. You can see I've got a couple of our drawers already set up going to trash cans, which we haven't hooked up yet. So we'll do that right now. Throw some ultimate pipe upgrades in those, get those going quick. Whoa, this place looks really weird with it all being open. I can like seamlessly transition to everything now. I mean, what I could do with this area is put all of this stuff there, you know, so it doesn't interfere with this. I think that's what I might end up doing, but I'll do that off camera. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like on the video. If you're new around here and you want to subscribe, please do. That would be amazing. I tried a different style of content for this video. If you did like that and you want to see more of that one, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.